Okay, I just wanted to continue my live recordings, which I am now currently started with. The first one I did a few days back was the fact about conditioning. Okay, and today I will have another topic which is also relevant as it goes step by step to how you can actually get all the compilation of all these different strategies and awareness into become a state of mind whereby you are able to continue go further if you're looking for something in finance more impactful into your finances. Okay, so the reason why I'm doing this is I'm actually targeting or actually highlighting to anyone who is interested to move from an employment or the self-business state to we consider a big business, a business whereby we are looking at able to get passive income and to have a business whereby you can leverage on for a number of years to come. So this is relevant for anyone who is interested to actually move themselves from their employment or self-employed to a major business. A major business needs a different mindset compared to one with a employment or those which are self-employed. Okay, as we call it, there's a quadrant. This is called by Robert Kiyosaki, a famous motivation and self-improvement speaker, called a quadrant. Okay, the quadrant is made up of 4 quarters. One quarter is the employment mindset. The next one is the self-employed mindset, and the other one, which is on the we consider the right side of the quadrant, is a different from a mindset, which is a business mindset, entrepreneur mindset, and the other one, which is the bottom, is called the investor mindset. So what we are having here, the issue here now is a lot of people are doing going to want to do a major business whereby they have leverage, they have a passive income, and they have a different kind of lifestyle where they don't work for money, but actually money works for them, kind of think of a business. But they are having the mindset of a employment mindset and a self-employed mindset, which is completely different. You have to change the programming, change the thinking of the person to move into the business entrepreneur mindset, which is a different form of thinking. So as we speak to different people, we will understand where they're coming from and what exactly, more or less, what area they come from because of the conditioning which has been programmed. So I'm today going to just run through again on the conditioning side again a little bit, and how you can actually move. What you know, the next challenge you're going to face is another challenge which is called rejection. So just recap back, the conditioning thing is we are basically 3 levels of conditioning. Conditioning. The first level is we call it the semantic one, which is the natural one. We are all conditioned to, from the time we were born, we are programmed to get a job, work hard, and retire. Okay, that is what majority of people, majority of us, when we are born, that is what we are conditioning to do. So that is why majority of people are working that. So the other condition is the social conditioning, and the third conditioning is the self-conditioning. All right. So I will run through again here. Now, this conditioning came about automatic. Okay, automatic. It is nothing much you can do. So those who are actually aware of this are the ones who actually move themselves from maybe majority to who not wanting to be allowed to be conditioning further. They have to change their conditioning. There are many tools, many aids, many programs which help in the changing person's mindset. That is why some people, when they are in a normal circumstance, casual, average performance, they over very short period of time they're able to change their conditioning to become very successful and to be super effective. All right, because of the programming. Now, when we speak programming, many of us think it's a kind of a mental thing which is do for not. It's basically for business. All right, here we are not here to do any other conditioning, but basically, if want to really become good at a business, you have to have aware first of this condition, because when you talk about business, we are talking about interacting with people. When you interact with people, you automatically are going to be challenged by the conditioning. Okay, so I have also met and interacted with maybe thousands of people over the years, and also I worked a lot on myself. When I hear conditioning, we always feel that we are programming to do certain robotic stuff, but actually this is to make yourself be able to think logically in a certain business sense to get good results, good financial results. All right, it's no point a lot of us are going to business trying to succeed, and then I'm here wanting to get people to succeed, but if the conditioning is not right, it's kind of unlikely that they will succeed. All right, when I say succeed, again, it's talking about a business. So this is basically the thing about conditioning. So let me go through the thing. The first one is the first program, which is called this conditioning. Again, sorry, I just want to recap a bit back. This is called why I came across this when I was really searching, because ultimately I also was conditioned without the knowledge of mine due to circumstances. So when I became aware of this conditioning, which I find it very helpful if those who are actually wanting to change their income, you got to understand, aware of this conditioning first. So the first layer of conditioning, which is we have to acknowledge. This is the first layer. You can't avoid it. This is everyone goes through it. Okay. So the first layer of conditioning is we have to acknowledge is the first layer, which is actually the conditioning by the environment. Okay. We all, as I said, we all here to get a job. All right. Now, when we get the job, after some time we find that this conditioning doesn't help, because we get stuck. We find after 30 years of working, we are unable to retire. All right. Now the government and all, you can't blame anyone. It's no fault of anyone. That is how circumstances are. Okay. So those who are aware that they can't retire at a certain age, then you have to start looking at how come you got to this level. You work very hard and you come there. So those who step out of this environment circle of going through the normal circumstance of working harder, get a higher job, change job, and then get higher, get more qualified, get more experience. After 30 over years of working, they find it's still not. Then after some time, you get you may get the job may change. Your skills may not be relevant to the job circle, which is now happening. A lot of tools and technology is changing, but the people's mindset are not changing according to the speed. The technology is changing, that we are getting left behind. So many jobs again are going to be faulted, going to be terminated, going to be not useful anymore. But the persons who are in the job are the ones which we find have to be aware. You can't stop change, so you have to adapt to the change. So here is one way we are looking at is how to go into something like a business, to move yourself from a business from employment to a business, or from self-employed, which is like a technician or a plumber or a Grab driver, or which is actually, we call this immediate gratification. You work according to the hours you put in. Whereas what I'm sharing here is how we can actually move from a business, from a circle which is working again with time and money, rather working to a business whereby you can have leverage, and you have, after your work effort is not actually compensated, communicated according to the effort you put in. So this is called, we call this in a way delayed gratification. You work hard now, but you might not be able to get that kind of similar income to the work you are putting. But over time, when you build a business set up properly in a certain way, you will be able to be compensated more than the hours you put in. Okay, everyone has got about 8 to 15 hours of working, because the other times you are sleeping. But people are able to make a much higher income, 5-figure, 6-figure, but the working hours is the same. You know, they have more time for leisure, more time for pleasure, more time for personal life, more time for sport, more time for recreation, and they are still making money, as what you call making money while you sleep. So this is the circle which I'm actually trying to encourage people to come into. Circle, move from a employment mind to this circle. Okay, I keep repeating myself because this is what I'm actually emphasizing on. Okay, it's not here to sell anything, but if you get the conditioning right, you get certain things which I'm sharing here right, you are make aware of it, you will be able to succeed much easier. All right, in the other circle, which again I will talk in the next future videos. So those who are interested, sign up, put your name, address around down here, and we can continue to keep in touch, okay, and updated. Now, so the first one, you can change your conditioning by listening to more videos, more tapes, come to my training, which is free, and you can earn while you learn. Or those who are interested to actually send their marketing people to my program, is free, can also sign up, okay, and we will give you a preview. Okay, I can show you, you don't have to buy in, because if I ask anyone to mostly purchase anything and without proven results, I think maybe you might be a bit stopped. All right, okay, so the first one is called the employment training. Employee. Okay, we work hard. Let me write this down. Okay, see it in detail. So the employment training, okay, we have done last week. We can know already this one. We work, we study, work, retire. Okay, in short, this goes over a period of 30 years. And what happens is, we don't want to, I'm not here to blame anyone. What happens is we blame people, oh yeah, I came in the wrong profession. But when we are given to chance to look at an opportunity, we say we don't know, because we are not taught in school how to look at an opportunity. Opportunity comes in a various form. It's not straightforward. You cannot see opportunity clearly. You have to see opportunity, we say, with our mind. But if your employment mindset is not able to see opportunities, which is on a different kind of parameters, different design compared to an employment design. Any employee you speak to, he will more or less know, I work for the money. I'm compensated for the money. I work the 8 hours, I must be paid so much. That is how a mindset of an employer is. Okay, that is the conditioning. Okay. I will work extra, I must be paid overtime. But whereas if you do marketing and sales, you work, you might not even get paid. Okay, you might not get paid, but you might be, when you work one deal, you might be able to get much bigger pay, fees or commission from what you actually put in. You might find you didn't do much, but because you happen to be at the right place, or maybe you feel you were at the right place, the right time, spoke to the right person, you get a business. But again, it's not consistent. All right, it's not consistent. So whereas a person who is an employee, he wants consistent income. So he's to jump, to move from a employer to the best normally people do is go to a self-employed, because they have a certain skill, a plumber, electrician, lawyer. Okay, these are the self-employed category. All right, but if you stop operation, that's why doctors, engineers, they're very busy. They're always working. They're working harder and harder, and sacrifice a lot to earn as much money as they can during the period while they are working, so that when the end of the day, end of the 30 years, when they are unable to continue that work, because your employment contract is until 60, you are unable to continue, you have already some money built up to retire and to make your money work for you. Okay, but not everyone has got the the same kind of same skill like a lawyer or a doctor or engineer. That's why a lot of people want to be a lawyer, doctor, so that they earn more money. To work hard, you're paid higher than a person who has not been able much higher qualification. Okay, so all these things are basically what we are giving you an option is you can do a business whereby you can be compensated much more than for the effort you put in. All right. Now, so the first thing we got to understand is this one, employee. The second one is we have to understand the other conditioning is the what will come from the family, friends, and other social activities. Okay, social activities. Okay, this is the second layer of conditioning. Now this again is the first one I was exposed to is don't go and do something which is not right. Okay, be very careful who you meet, who you talk to. This is what I was conditioned. I'm sure many of us also conditioned the same thing. I was conditioned, be careful, don't talk to this person because he will cheat you. Don't talk to that person because he might take you for a ride. So be very careful. So you talk to people who are interested to study hard. Don't talk to people who are playful. This is the thing which we were taught. All right. So again, so when we go out, we are protected by the today's protection of children are much different from the time I was protected. Today's children are much more protected, that they have no chance to actually expose themselves. All right. That is why you find today they all work on the social media. They are exposed to the social media. Now, if they are exposed to the wrong social media thing, they will be certain results take place. We all know what are the results taking place today because of the overexposure to the social media at a very young age. That's why we are restricting young people to go in, very young teenage kids to go into the social media. So what we read is reflection. What we read, what we hear, what we see in our senses is a reflection of our thinking today, like that. All right. So if a person you find reacting in a certain way, you have to understand that it is because of the certain exposure is the conditioning. All right. So here, so we are the first thing we are we are told not to take risk, avoid failure. When we fail, we feel that when we failed an exam, we fail to become first in a race. We feel we are not so. We feel fail. Okay, we feel fail. When we feel fail, we don't want to try again because it is like like a sentence given to you. The brain has got a belief system. It believes that you cannot change. You have already got a sentence. A failure is inflicted into our brain to tell your brain that you have been penalized. Okay, and there's a mechanism inside us which is a protective mechanism which we feel when we come to the same thing when we're exposed again we tell ourselves what our families, what our father said, what our friends said, don't do it. It's same thing when you do sales. You can see a lot of people when you talk about sales, they avoid being salesperson because the person who is mostly sales are basically kept for people who did not become proficient in academic. So you do sales. So that has been a kind of a category which is not liked by many people because you are a kind of person who is avoiding. You must be ready to avoid rejection. So that's why a lot of people don't do sales. But we all know today everything is depending on sales. So those who are willing to shift from this to become a salesperson, and I will now here to share you, if you can become into sales, then only we are willing to take that kind of risk to take a kind of a reduction in our salary, or maybe no salary, to work hard to excel in sales. So these are the skills which I'm sharing here, is to make people take that kind of leap into. Took the leap for nearly 35 over years ago to go into sales. But when I went into sales, this conditioning also started to play. The first one, okay, we changed. The second one is another layer, whereby we start that, oh, your father already told you, don't do sales. You didn't only those who don't study only come in. So this comes in. So we have to be aware of this. This is the second layer of conditioning. Now the third layer of conditioning is yourself. Okay, what you are speaking to yourself. So whenever you feel a challenge, the self-doubt, like what I'm having now here, speaking to you, okay, there's only 3 to 4 people only listening. Again, I say, maybe I'm not good enough. That's another self-conditioning. Okay, the third conditioning, the layer number 3 is the self-conditioning. Example, self-doubt. Okay, self-doubt. The first layer of conditioning, yourself. What are you speaking to yourself? That is why you listen to motivation talk. But motivation talk, again, only temporary. You can't be every day you can listen every day to motivation talk. When you listen, when you go and face a rejection, you have to face rejection. Okay, you will be stopped, and then the fear comes in. So all these things, the psychological stuff kicks in automatically, but you still go forward. Courage. All right. So that's the first thing. So you've got to always. I would not use the word. You got to keep programming your mind to keep yourself at the peak state. There are many mentors which we are now sharing here, which we want you to share. There are mentors, there are programs like mine to teach you how to keep yourself in a certain mental state. Now, I am telling you this because there are many tools. Technology has advanced itself that today's times are much easier than the times I was in. All right. I was in the times whereby we had not much tools. Okay, we didn't even know there were these tools, first of all. Okay, because we were programmed not to read too much books. So, but if you start reading books, there are tools like this whereby you can change your mental state, change your programming. Automatically, over time, you become very aware of this, and then you go on a pursuit to get more knowledge, get more skill, to have mental. So they are talking about self-talk. What are you talking to yourself? That is the first level. When the doubt kicks in, you are able to, we call it within a heartbeat, your shift, you're changing. So you take your negative into a positive. All right. You know what it's all about. You can automatically change. Then become naturally competent in yourself. I'm not stopped anymore, or less. I would not say completely. I'm less aware about my self-consciousness when I do my life today, because I started to practice. I'm not stopped by a number of people sharing here. So now today I got 3. Thank you very much, those who are sharing. So like that, as we go along practicing, we become more prominent. So this is the style. You have to start doing something until you slowly become natural. All right. You will never become perfect. I'm not perfect, but I become natural to talk about things which I have knowledge, I have experience on all these factors. That's why I can talk confidently, but I may not be the best speaker. But it's not stopping me, because I feel I'm only looking for a few people out there who will want to come into my circle to move themselves from the current situation to a possible business. All right. So I'm sharing what I have already know, and I'm telling you these are the tools available. All right. So the recording of this live, you can listen to it completely in the video. Okay. because I know many of us, the concentration span mostly, as they say, is only few seconds, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So that's about it. I don't expect you all to listen here the whole 45 minutes, but I want to share wholeheartedly what it's all about, because if you were to read the books, most probably you will take a few years to find it, like what I took. So what we are sharing here is a quick step by step consciousness about it, and start earning money while you learn. This is what I want to share. So just all you need to do is click the link here and you can fill the thing. Okay, so the self-doubt. So to change your self-doubt, you do there are a lot of books reading, like I read books like Psycho-Cybernetics. It is programming your mind. It's, you know, those who are very professional, most popular is sports. They do conditioning their mind to become very acute, to have the killer instinct, to winning instinct, to when they go into the arena, they block out everything else, they block out the sound, they just focus on the opponent, and they go there just to win the medal. If you lose your concentration, then you lose focus. So similarly, when we are talking about the business, you have to be focused on the business. Focus on what is most important and what are the things necessary to focus. So this is the 1, 2, 3. Okay, the first one is the first layer is the one which is the natural one, the semantic conditioning. The second layer is this one, the family, okay, and friends, the social conditioning. And the third layer is the one which most people stop once they face the first layer. The first layer, once they get first, which I'm going to talk about now, the rejection part, they overcome the first one. Once they go into something different, the second layer and third layer conditioning will kick in. Okay, this is a step-by-step technique which I want to break it down so that you understand. Okay, so I cannot keep on talking about conditioning because I want to move on to something else. You can pick up all this information on there are many channels today to get this thing aware. You can go and double check. Waste your time, but if you want to, please do so. But here is a shortcut. I'm sharing with you something very useful. All right. So this is the next thing I want to share here is about facing rejection. Rejection is some kind of imaginary barrier. Most of the stuff here we are talking about is all in our imagination. It's our imagination. All right. Fear is you can feel fear. Your heartbeat changes. You sweat. Your hands, you feel fidgety. These are feeling of focus of fear. When you start folding your arms, these are signals of something body facing fear. Anxiousness, anxiety. You need to have, some people need to have a smoke, some people need to have a drink, some people need to do something else. So, but there's a lot of positive things we are doing. Self-talk. Okay, you change your speaking, change the conversation, you can automatically overcome rejection. Now, again, coming back to me, I can speak bucket loads about rejection because I've been marketing business for 30 years and I face many rejections. Every day we are all facing rejection. So which are topic which I'm now talking about is the rejection. Okay, so moving from the conditioning, we are talking about the next one we have to be prepared is the rejection. Now the rejection will come up everywhere. Because of the conditioning, we avoid facing rejection. But every day we have got to get rejected. The first, most easiest to recognize rejection is when we start dating. All right, we start dating. I can see many people they never got the skill of how to start a conversation with someone. So when our body starts to get interested in girls, okay, that is the okay. The first one is rejection about we can't do certain things. Fine, we were not allowed to do certain. Okay, but let's go something more entertaining and relevant, pertinent is the fact about how we face to when we face to want to ask the girl out. That is the first rejection we will don't want to fear. But many people today are not able to be able to confidently speak to her because we all lived, we were schooling, we were all kept in a certain class, only boys, girls, because we know they're not allowed to mix. Okay, so from that time we were already conditioned not to talk too much to girls, and girls also being told in school or where be capable of boys because boys will take advantage of you. So all these things have been conditioned. All right, but if you talk to a girl which is a bit friendly, she might be considered loose. So the girls have also been conditioned not to act friendly. But end of the day, our body has got a certain mechanism. We are attracted to girls, and girls are attracted to men. That's why there is marriages, there is families. It's because of that. But the first thing we all have to face is the rejection. Okay. So this is the most biggest thing. The next biggest thing is how to face rejection. So in marketing, sales, if you're not programmed to understand rejection, it's going to be a very challenging issue. Okay, rejection. When I first did marketing sales, I was not told about. I already know, we already felt there's a rejection going to come. All right, but I was willing to change myself. Okay, I say okay, I'll go and talk to the person. But without the skill, natural skill of what we do, we are not. There's so many things which we didn't learn, we didn't pick up. We just went to start selling. The first thing I sold was, of course, basically I moved from the employer. I went to the self-employed.
This younger you has the body you've always wanted. See that?
All right. So self-employed. So when you speak to someone, ask them, are you in? So the most common thing we do is we ask someone, are you interested to buy something? All right. The most people, they will say no. Okay, the first thing they will say no. The next one they'll say not interested.
Neck, shoulders,
let me think about it.
chest, abdomen, hips,
Call me back
waist,
later.
thighs,
I'm busy.
knees.
If you call the secretary, she will ask you what's it about. And the boss not interested.
Carries with him or her the confidence and swagger that only comes with the success.
Okay, and these are the most common one. Not interested, no. Then the other one is, of course, they are all the. But basically, these are the things which we face when we do marketing, sales. These are standard. Not interested. Not interested. So if you find that in marketing sales those days, they will say is if you were to hear, if you do 100 calls, you will get to get two sales. You need to do 100 calls. This is the standard marketing ploy. Most people tell you, you do 100 calls, you will end up in 2 sales. Okay, 2 sales. This is what they say. Anyone want to put any comment? Please do so. I will try to answer. Okay, but anyway, I'm no more keen on going to ask any more people to join me or come. You like you put a comment, you put a comment. Otherwise, you can move on. No problem. Okay, so you can put 100 calls, or 100 calls. Calls means telephone calls. 100 calls, you will get 2. So if you look at the statistic, to do 100 calls, first of all, the problem is many people can't even get those people of 100 people. Okay, so I was one of the person. So when you do 100 calls, you get something like maybe you get I think 50% 50 people may reject you. Then you got another 25 will say something like this number. 25 will maybe say I'll give you an appointment. And then there will be another, maybe out of that you find many of them are on this category. Then you may get another 15 to 20, maybe say I will think about it. All right. And then there will be another, after that maybe you'll do another follow-up. Maybe another 10 you follow up. And then you might get 2 sales. Okay, this is the normal, say this is normal. So every day you've got to make 100 calls. This is how to go. Now this performance doesn't work anymore. All right, this thing doesn't work. But many sales people are still doing this method. I also did this method. All right. Now, because I started this because that was what I was taught. I wanted to learn. I taught this method. But today this method don't work. You call 100 people, it is a statistic. You got to say any sales book, the old sales book, they will talk this. Today I'm sharing with you something. If you join my program, join me, sign up, I'll share you this one doesn't work. Okay, this is out of date. This is out of date. Because I was one also using this. But I found a method where now we're using a new high-tech tech system where all these processes are done for us. Okay, I have shared with you. If you come and join me, I will teach you how you don't need to do this. So if you do marketing and sales the normal conventional way, this is what you'll end up. I tell you, and if you're selling the wrong product, this statistic is also not relevant. Okay, this is a rejection which we want to share. So today many sales people are still using this technique. Okay, because they are not willing to learn the new technique. All right. So the technique is I'm sharing here is what we want to share is anyway. This is the normal way. So how I overcome so if you like to click the link, put your name, and I will share with you how we can reduce this rejection. Not using this technique where you will identify the right people who will come to see you. This is the skill which I want to share. Where people will come to you, you attract people to see you, to buy your product. Then is how you can become a very good, you don't have to do this. All right. I have done this. I don't think today, I'm sure today it doesn't work. So we have now new skills using technology to help you to get people to join you and to buy from you. Today, if you go to listen to a lot of programs, there are many lessons showing you how you can get people to attracted to you. All right. So this one doesn't work anymore. Okay, where the convention we call this medieval methods. Okay, you will be spending many hours doing this, which is end of the day not so much productive, because after that you find the person not. So what we were sharing here is to teach you a system whereby you will get qualified clients only. You don't want to spend time with the non-qualified clients who are not interested. No, you already know they're going to say no. This one. But you will find qualified people who will come and join you. Okay, this is the skill we want to share. All right, using tech tools, which is now available, which will generate everything for you, the script, so you don't have to go and do telephone calling, 100 calls and all the stuff. You will only look for people who come to you and you can convert them into sales. So your ratio will be much higher and won't be so stressful because you already know the outcome. And not many people today have got wanting to learn this. But anyway, those who are in it are continuing to do this because that is the skill. Just like I always relevant to to the like the rest, like a most popular one, the taxi driver and the Grab driver. Today, the Grab drivers, the young people don't want to do taxi. All right, they were using Grab because they have a system. They buy the system. They will make the system get the customers. So similarly, whereas the taxi driver, he doesn't want to join that system. He wants to wait for the customer to come. All right. So here everything is secured. So that is how it is. So we also want to share with you. A lot of our people are using the system, using a system whereby using the social media, AI to attract people who are serious to join to buy your product. We're looking for qualified clients. So normally, most people, they come into this, like me, I was guilty of this. I went to hard way, all right? I went knocking on doors. So what I did was I have my odds changed. I started with this, making, okay, the guys, my mentor, my trainer, or the one we read the book, or you want so many sales, you got to go and call. So you don't have this 100 people. So in the beginning time, what you do is you do cold calling. You take the phone. But if you ask person today, take the phone and call, they can't even talk because they're conditioned not to talk in school. They're using, so there's no point bringing somebody into a business where he can't talk. Ask him to make a phone call, he can't talk. So you can't even hold a conversation for more than 2 minutes. All right? In the 2 minutes, also so many techniques in sales I have learned. In the first few seconds, say what you want to say to catch the attention of the customer. Okay, you have to speak something where you catch the attention of the customer. The guy who is willing to listen. Okay, so that was one technique I learned to increase the odds. So when I did my second program, you have to have a script. So you must develop the script. Then again, the fear of rejection is there. But all the same, you start making the phone call, then you become competent. You become competent, and slowly you build your customer base, build a business. All right, I built a business, quite successful business, based on this. But today I cannot use this method to attract new people into the business. We have new tools, more tech tools to help those who want to do a business to do the same, to do this, to get qualified clients. All right. So as I said, now the thing is, as you know, there's a rejection. So you got to face rejection, but we are going to reduce this rejection. So this rejection, okay, normal. So when I got the skill of understanding rejection, what to speak and everything, I was able to speak very comfortably with people I do not know. I can approach anyone which I do not know and have a conversation. So I built a very high confidence in myself to self-talk, proper self-talk to reduce I won't say 100% you get success, but you can reduce the conversation. And I know more or less the signals that you learn about. One thing is the mental talk. Mental talk you learn. All right, I learned that one. The next one I learned is we call it the USP. The 3 second to 5 second trigger to get person to interested in your conversation. So I paid money. I got mentors. I attended programs to get these skills and read a lot of books. So when I found results coming from these books, I started to continue to get mentoring. This is what people who are willing to do marketing, you have to get a mentor. Those who are really successful in something, you must, if you investigate further, there is a mentor behind, there is a person behind it. It does not come by just by fluke luck. There is a mentor, there is a person behind it. So when we pay someone, you get the quality, best skills. You can either do the long shot or the shortcut. Okay, the long cut or the shortcut. Many people are not willing to spend some money to invest in themselves to learn I was also the same thing. I didn't want to spend money in the beginning, but after some time when I found this, no, you have to spend money to get the better quality coach or material to learn the skill. So once you learn the skill, you are able to you must be able to duplicate this skill. All right. So this is the first one. I know this is the pitch. You have to speak to the person to get the attention in the next 3 minutes. So that's one. So that the person is willing to listen, give you another 5 minutes. Ask permission. Ask him permission. If I is able to speak to you for 2 minutes, sir, what is it about? So I'm doing something which I've helped a lot of people over the last 10 years to help people to grow their wealth. Would you be interested to give me a 5-minute appointment to show you how I've done for my client? There's so many techniques. This for me is automatic nature. All right. So no, I'm not interested. Okay, so I can understand you're not very much interested in this because this is the first time you're hearing me talk. Of course, those who have spoken to me, I'm normally not interested. But I shared with you, if I were to give me a chance, just 3 minutes, those who have shared me the time, many of them have benefited from my conversation. Would you be interested to share me? Can I show you this meeting on this date at 3 o'clock, sir? And after this, if I see if it's not good, okay from you, I won't come and disturb you. Is it all right? That's it. He said, Mike, yeah, come. Okay, give me a call, sir. I can talk to you. All right. So give me a. So that is some of the techniques. All right. So this technique didn't come naturally. I practice. Okay. So that is the first one. Number 3. What's number 2? Okay. Next one. Mental talk. Then you must find a qualified client.
But acknowledging and facing your fear.
Qualified prospect.
Is a necessary step to become a better person.
All right. This is another one. You must make sure the client is qualified. If you sell certain thing, there's a certain market. Each product has a certain market. I'm explaining you, once you learn the skill, you have to able to share it with, I can think you more or less can sell more or less everything. All right. I have sold physical product. I have sold invisible product. I have sold service. All right. So all these things, the skill is there. Necessary skill. Okay. But you must have qualified client. And you must know who is your target market. This is what. So all these things you do, the rejection will be reduced. So it's all about knowledge and skill. All right. So your rejection, you will be reducing the rejection. I also had very bad, very poor results. But once I improve all these skills, my rejections, my clientele increase. My clientele increase. And I was targeting a certain type of clientele. I know not everyone buys this product. So you find that client and you build a relationship with that close client. Now there's a difference between a prospect, first what we call a suspect. Okay, then we have the prospect. Prospective, it's not, and then we have a customer. And then we have a client. Again, I notice many people, they are confused. They are not sure which is which. When you speak to them, if he signs out interested or something, they already move him. They move him to the prospect. So we are talking actually, they are only just said interested, doesn't mean he's a prospect. A prospect we are qualifying. We must qualify. Qualify sense in he's got the financial means to buy your product. He has a need to buy the product. You identify there's a need. Once you identify he's qualified, he has a need, and he feels it will be important to him, then you are qualified prospect. All right. But many people, when I hear them call, I have a prospect so and so interested in your property. I ask them, are you sure he's a prospect? Have you got a budget? Oh, I'm not sure. You see, how do you know he's a prospect? I know that he's a prospect because he's already told me he's interested. I said, please be aware what is a prospect and suspect. So after analyzing, you may have to know he's only a suspect. So no point getting excited, thinking everybody is a prospect, my client, and how much business have you done with the person? Nothing. Then he's not your client. A client is a person who buys repeatedly from you. He repeatedly buys. A lawyer has got a client. He repeatedly does business with the lawyer. Okay, the lawyer builds a relationship with him. That is what we are talking about, the client. Client and professional relationship. All right. He discusses all the private things with the client. That's a client. A customer is somebody who go to the shop, buy something once in a while. That's a customer. Okay, that's a customer. Just, are you serving in the when you go to a department store? It's basically you buy from today. You buy from one shop. Next day you buy from another shop. That's a customer. Okay. Whereas so certain places products are only can sell for customer. Customers are more broader base. A client is more narrow base, more client oriented. Banks have many customers they serve, but there's only a select group of clients which are providing 80% of the savings of the fixed deposit. That's our client. They have better service. All right. So you don't expect to. So everyone has got a. So you must understand what is a client. So when you do marketing, you have to identify whether he's a client. You are moving the person from a suspect to a prospect, and subsequently, some will become a customer, and some will become a client. A client is, I have a lot of clients who were suspect beginning. Over time, they become my very, very close confidant and close friends, close associate. But it did not come overnight. It's built trust and relationship, and trust and relationship became they were client. So your client you can consider depend on your client for business. So that is another skill. All right. So for me, my clients, I know my clients have a certain level of expectation. You meet their expectation. That is what you call it. So when you talk to a person, if you feel the person is qualified, then the rejection will be less. But many of us are not even having the time, the effort to find the right clients, the right prospect. So we are just blasting and hoping that person interested and buy. So after some time it gets tiring and then mostly give up. So this is the thing. You must understand these are the skills you must have to overcome rejection. All right? Okay. So the next one is you must understand this is a bit of an inside tip. In Malaysia, different understanding. I call it understanding. In Malaysia or anywhere, we have different types of customer. Different types of customer. This is a bit more deep. I want to share. Okay, to understand that there are many different types of customer. But generally, we can compartmentalize them into certain compartments to not to become overwhelmed or not to become let down, not to become take too much meaning of what the customers are saying. All right, a no is not exactly a no. Some people, a no is basically an automatic reaction. I'm not interested. There's no, because he not even heard what we are saying. I'm not, because that is his protective mechanism. You have to understand this. When I felt no, when I first time heard no, I said myself, my whole world dropped. Just like when a girl says no, meaning she not trust you yet. She not trust you, but not say no completely. Okay, not completely no. Unless she gives you are able to get 5 no's, maybe then you can say, oh yeah, he's not interested. But if you just get 1 no and not willing to attempt one more time, unless they give you 5 no's, you can say not interested. But have you done enough, listen to enough no's? So the first one no is meaning stay back, stay away. But if you have something, a technique which I share, you have the technique and you practice this technique, you will be able to reduce the no. Right? So the first one is the I'm not interested. Now, okay, number two. The second one, not interested, is another self protection. Okay, but because our body is also, everyone has got this mechanism inside, our self mechanism. I'm not interested, I don't want, I have no time. Okay, this is normal. Okay, you can't affect people say no. Because if you have a good friend with him, obviously your good friend will say, yeah, okay, no problem, can come over. Okay, so you have to understand this is normal. People will always fail. I'm not interested. No. Okay, so this is but okay, that's number two. Not interested. No. So I have again I said I have faced a lot of these no's, but many of them I didn't give up. So when I had results from the people who originally said no, and then later said okay, yes, your confidence improves. Okay, so it's automatic. I have a track record of whenever people say no, I'm not so bothered. But again, because we are not willing to be first no, second no, third no, it's considered a failure, we don't want to go some more. So that is what stops a lot of people doing marketing and sales, because they are not willing to accept there is a way to overcome these no's. So if you join my program, it's free of charge, sign up, I will train you to be able to overcome these no's. Once you are willing to learn it, then it becomes normal to change the no to a yes. All right. So I am not worried. It's like today, a lot of people not coming, joining the thing. It's okay. But over time, I still believe if I will deliver more value, more people will beginning to start to. But if I don't stop, if I just stop after this second video, and then I don't think many people will come. That is not. I also don't have confidence to continue, and whoever listening also not interested. But I'm sure there are a lot of people over time will come. So this is the thing. All right, you have to start doing something, then you will start getting some result. So as the results grow, you have more confidence. Okay, so that is the what's the first one? Second one, first the no. Okay, and then the okay. So different understanding of no. So you must understand a no is just nothing. Okay, it's not rejecting you, not rejecting the product. It's just an automatic reaction. All right, automatic reaction. So okay, so all these things you have to practice. Yeah. Okay, the next one we are talking about is the as I said, qualifying clients. Qualifying clients. Now, in the beginning time whenever we are talking about this understanding this no, I have read a lot of books. Okay, I've read a lot of books, attend a lot of programs, and do a lot of training. But still, you still will be a little bit less. I would say less, but you cannot completely eliminate the fear of facing no. All right, you can only reduce it, and you can continuously go ahead with it. You can't stop people saying no. All right, but if you keep on talking to the wrong market, that's why we teach you what are the market we are going for, your niche market, what are the quality of the client. Then you look for those clients. Then you will find those are the clients you want to work with. Okay, so these are the things you have to understand when you do marketing. These are the things you will have to know. What is your target market? So you focus on the market. It's not you're not selling. If you sell gold, example gold ornaments, you sell to people who like gold. Not everyone can afford gold. All right. So if you sell that particular gold ornament, you know that majority of the people buy this is the ladies. The ladies. Okay, they like to have gold. They like to look good. So you sell the look good, the attraction. You don't sell the gold. You sell the look good to them. The feeling, the aesthetic feeling of confidence and glamour and this stuff. You don't sell the gold. One thing you feel the glamour, they feel good, they will buy the gold. All right. But if you sell people, you want to buy this gold? No, I'm not interested. But you sell, hey, why not you are going for a party, if you really have, I would like to share with you the ornament which will help you improve your look. Would you be keen to have this for a few days? Yeah, why not? Okay, and after this you feel it's okay, would you like to buy it? And then most probably say yes, and we give you some assurance that this is protected or genuine. Ultimately they will buy the gold, provided is qualified, it's got the buying power. Okay, so in Malaysia I also have a lot of experience with different markets, different races, having the belief of saying no is very, it must be very much interpreted. You see, generally most people are not willing to are very nice. They're very nice, okay, but because they want to also protect themselves, they say no. Okay, this is a little bit more entertaining and something maybe you can be more aware. Now in Malaysia, we have 4 races, yeah. 4 races, culture lah, huh? 4 cultures. I wouldn't call it races because I don't want to. Okay, there are 4 different cultures. 4 different cultures have 4 different types of understanding of sales, of marketing. Okay, so the first one I would consider the Malay, the Malays, huh? They are very nice. The most nicest people. Okay, the most nicest person I have ever known is the Malays. All right. Now, somehow they never like to say no. Okay, they never like to say no. They're not interested. They always entertain you. Yeah, boleh lah. Saya boleh cakap, boleh bincang. All right. Saya boleh tengok lah. Okay, they will come in. So so they are naturally nice, very accommodative. Okay, I was accommodative. Okay, they never say I can't afford. They won't say I can't afford. They will say boleh tengok. So when you keep sharing and sharing and sharing, after some time you will find that it's very hard to get them to move from this one to the customer, because you have to understand that sometimes this is the body makeup of them, that they are basically nice, they don't want to say no. All right, but what they mean is actually no. All right, so once you face that, after periods of sharing and you're not getting any headway, it's best to just let it go, unless you can prove to them there's something really worthwhile. So that is one category of market. No. All right. Now, because I have experienced that they must be purchased from a person in a similar race. All right, similar race, most probably lah. All right. And the exposure again also limited, because all conditioned with the salary type. So they're not willing to share certain things. So that's just one category. Number 2, I'm not here to share, I'm not here to inhibit, I'm just sharing. If those who are marketing, you'll have to aware this. Okay. Number 2, you won't read this in books too. The Chinese. Here they are willing to take risks. They're willing to know extra. They want to improve themselves. They are looking for extra, something to improve themselves. They are looking for opportunity. Okay, they're looking for opportunity. Generally, okay. So if you share with them something valuable, if they can afford, very good chance they will say, okay, let's move on. They don't waste time talking appointment after appointment after appointment. All right. So it's yes or no. After 1-2 meetings, yes or no, it's on or not on. That's it. Okay, and you know where you stand. Right? If you feel the body language is right, you can move smoothly. It's not much point dilly-dallying, talking crap. Okay, get to the point. Share with something which they feel got value and they've qualified, and you have convinced them it's make a difference on them. Customers, we will get customers. All right, this is one. Now the other one, the market, which is the others. Others, you must have good knowledge. You must inflict very good knowledge. You must be very knowledgeable of the product. All right. If you don't have much knowledge, you must give them a lot of information. There are many types of buyers. those who are looking for details, those who are looking at the contract, those who are looking at ourselves, our personality. They like you, they will buy. All right. Some people don't like you. You can't sell to everyone. Okay. So they like you, they most probably buy from you. They feel there's a feeling. All right. Like so, there's a feeling thing. You can't explain why they buy from you, why some people don't buy from you. This is kind of feel. So you have to understand all this stuff. So there are many programs again here about how you identify a customer. Okay, there's the person who is likes you, the person who looks at information, who looks at details, and some people just like buying things. Alright, these are the few types of people. So once you will learn all these skills from the training and from the mentoring and from I can teach you all this stuff. When you approach a customer, you have more confidence. Your rejection will be much reduced. Alright, I'm gonna say nothing wrong. You reduce, you'll be able to find customers. Okay, so you must have a knowledge. If you have good knowledge, I have found myself lack knowledge. When I improved the knowledge on the product, I was able to sell to certain market. All right, because when I spoke, when a salesperson, they sell, hey, interested, not interested, okay, and then you will say yes, no, okay. Okay, hold on, getting wrong here.
Across the globe. Feel the admiring gaze of people all around you. Everyone sees in front of you. Turn their heads to look at you and smile.
Okay, so anyway, I have been get the signal that I must end my life in the next 4 minutes. So more or less, I think I have overspoken myself. So this is one. You must have knowledge. Once you have knowledge, you're able to sell better to different clientele. So you know the clientele you are dealing with, whether he's a choleric, he's a influencer, or he's a person who likes information. These are the different things. All right. For me, it's become more automatic. I cannot give you the identified names, but I can tell you these are the things. So these are personality. They call it. There's many books on it on how you judge the personality. So from the personality, you can know what you are actually projecting or what you are giving to the right person. This is how all the things here you can. So anyway, so I would like to end here. Those who have attended, thank you very much. Who have joined me for the last 45 minutes or so. You can get all the full recording of this if you are interested on my YouTube channel, Health is Wealth. All right. So I will be. This is one of the programs I am sharing. I'm building up a library of slowly one by one. Of course, you can get this in books and other videos, but I'm targeting people who are interested to work with me free of charge. No need to spend all your time reading so many books in the next few years to get this to get the results which I want to give you. We are using technology, and you can earn as you earn, earn as you learn. So in the next 90 days or so, I'm sharing with you these skills, some of these skills and ongoing skills, so that you will be able to earn money quite fast. And those who are interested to actually send anyone here, I've got a lot of people also looking for marketing people, sales people. So I want to train you before you actually go to this, to go out and find a better, your pot of gold. Yeah, okay. So with this, I would like to end here. And wish you all the best until, and hopefully you will tune in or share this with your with your friends next time when I make sure the next topic which I will share, which all of these are relevant for persons who want to shift from who maybe want to retire in the next 10 years, or those who want to shift from an employer or self-employed to a business. All right, a business whereby you have leverage, you have passive income, and you have more freedom, time freedom. That is what most people want, and that's what we have here. So this is you can either do this either full-time or part-time, right? But the tools are more important first. You must have the tools ready for yourself to, these are the tools which I want to share. So I know it will be costly to get these tools from a mentor, but I will give you the first step at least, to join me free of charge, no fees. And once you start to earn money, most probably then you can earn more money and you can spend to refine these tools by getting good mentors. There are many mentors here I can recommend, and there are many places, people who want skilled, committed marketing person. Okay, so I have explained why it's hard. So anyway, thank you very much, and look forward to see you all again. Bye.